joining the orchestra tonight. The ladies running point, Biola. I don't know how it's going to be tonight. Biola, Sylvia, Lizzie, Sarafina, our mothers are here. As Yorubas will say, I want yao.
Oh God, that sounds a little weird.
Our mothers are here. Okay, so let's do this. Buchi is also here, and we'll let you know how it goes pretty shortly. So let's get cracking and let's meet the first two guys who will go head to head in the first battle of the night. Now, this is the round of 16. We're in the round of 16. Like we told you last week, the first 2 weeks we had to do the fan battle 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday. This is where we tamp it down twice a week for now. There could be occasion where we would go 3 times a week. We'll let you know as it develops. For now, it's Tuesday nights and Friday nights. This week, however, this weekend, we won't have the battle on Friday night. So the Friday night battles will shift to Saturday nights. And that's because we'll be taking the opening kickoff of the Premier League season. And we cannot let that go to waste by no means. So let's get started. Our first battle tonight is by two young contestants. You guys will probably know these guys even more than us now by now. So let's meet them. Tonight, we'll just go through the introductions and just skim through it because, for these individuals, this will be a minimum of their third time out. One of them has had 3 battles already. This will be a 4th one, and we'll see how that goes. So let's start with that guy. Damilola Okpayemi Peter. He's popularly known as Dammi. He's a young man in his mid-20s now. He's a photographer, a student, and a home tutor. He supports Barcelona in Europe. He's not content with that Spanish side. He adds Man City to the fray. He comes home, takes MFM. I think he's going to take 2 or 3 more local clubs eventually. He's greedy like that. He stays in Sabo Yaba, and he's known on Instagram through the handle at photography_by Dammi. At photography_by Dammi, spelled Dammi. Dammi. Good evening, Dammi. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Femi. Good evening, Buchi. Good evening, Segun. Good evening, ladies. Good evening, Lagos. It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
One more time.
I'm the only one who gets the Mr. all the time. Okay. So welcome to the show.
Yeah.
So,
it's nice being here.
Yeah. So let me go to a pro who knows better. His name, Segun Ola. He's Segun Fresh. If you see him through our live stream, you'll know why. He's a young man in his mid-20s. He's an architect. He supports Man City globally and MFM FC locally. There's something about the M's and the F's for Segun Ola. He stays somewhere in Ikeja in Lagos State. On Twitter, he's known as El Shegeri, ELSHEGERRY. Segun, such a pleasure to have you with us again tonight.
Thanks for having me, Femi, and good evening to the panel of judges.
Yeah. Accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and all of that. At the end of the day,
I hope with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not confuse you that boys are better than girls.
Yeah, our boys are better than girls.
You know those crazy topics in secondary school.
Yes. A teacher, I have to convince you that a teacher is better than a lawyer. I'm going to espouse my point. And teacher. All right. Okay, guys. It's not secondary school debate. You guys know by now this is high stakes conversation with plenty of quality to it. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Are you guys good to go? Yes. All right. So for this first debate, this is our topic. Before I give the topic, we are streaming live, just so you know, on Facebook, Nigeria Info 993, where this battle has commenced. You can watch our live stream now. Follow us. Drop your comments. We'd like to hear what you think, and we'd like you to also let us know where you are joining us from. particularly for our international audiences who might be reaching out. Let us know what you think about the debate, about the conversation. Would very much appreciate it. But even more importantly, we'll want you to vote. Once the conversation commence, there will be the voting portal, which will open on our official Facebook page, Nigeria Info 993. You only need to click on the name of either of these two individuals, Dammi or Segun, as will be displayed on the live stream. I can see it now, and so can you if you go to our Facebook page, Nigeria Info 993. Okay? When that time comes, please vote. Also on Twitter, you'll see our live stream. It's actually our live stream from our YouTube page. We've embedded the YouTube live stream on our Twitter handle. You will see it there at Nigeria Info FM. And to vote, we are pinning the voting tweet to our profile. So the tweet at the top of our profile, you'll see the question, you'll see their names, Segun and Dammi. Click on either names and you'll vote. So what's the question for this first debate? It's a very simple Man United-esque question. Is Harry Maguire worth 80 million pounds? Is Harry Maguire worth 80 million pounds? I know you're already thinking in multiple dimensions. You already have your long-held opinions, but it's not about your opinions. It's not about my opinions or the opinions of any of us here. It's about the performance of Dammi and Segun. When you do get to vote, please remember, it is not about your opinion. It's about how they perform. All right? You may agree with their opinion. You may not agree. But you may still vote for either of these two men nonetheless, depending on how much they put in, how much you appreciated the effort, and how much you rate these individuals. So if that is out of the way, we go into the first battle. Gentlemen, you know the rules by now. 1 minute to kick off, 5 minutes of head-to-head, and a final minute to come clean up. Okay? Do we have any problems?
No. Nope.
Okay. For this first battle, your judges will be Buchi, Sylvia, and Biola. Okay, ready to go?
Yeah.
Once again, watch the battle over social media on Facebook, Nigeria Info 993. On Twitter, it's at Nigeria Info FM. Drop your comments. We will take your comments. Let us know what you think. We will read those comments. And most importantly, vote. Your comments will not translate into votes. You have to go to the tweet where you can vote and click on either person's name. Having said that, once again, is Harry Maguire worth 80 million pounds? Segun is contestant number one for this purpose, and we'll go straight to you for 1 minute to tell us why you think that Harry Maguire is worth 80 million pounds. Your time starts now.
Many thanks, Femi. The ultimate worth of a football player is somewhat is not determined by public opinion. Neither is it determined by the qualities, just exclusively by the quality of the player. So many factors determine the worth of the player. The age of the player, this player status, how dispensable or indispensable the player is, the nationality of the player, the binding contract with the selling club, also the forces of supply and demand of the markets, the prospective values, all of these intricacies and all of these financial intricacies and football reasons, determine the worth of a player from the selling club. And this is what Leicester City have put together and agreed upon to evaluate Harry Maguire to worth 80 million pounds. Manchester United agree, and so this agreement, validates the worth of the player, not the opinions of you and I, just the football fans.
Thank you very much. You finished just in time. I would ask you guys to adjust your mic so that you talk directly into it, so we can hear you as clearly as possible. So Segun says Harry Maguire is worth 80 million pounds. I must remind you, the positions these individuals take may not necessarily reflect their personal opinion on the subject matter. We put it into a drawer. They get what they pick. It's as simple as that. Segun says he is not worth 80 million pounds. Pardon me, that's Dammi. Segun says he is worth 80 million pounds, and he just gave us his reasons why. Dammi will counter him and tell us why he thinks that Harry Maguire is not worth 80 million pounds. Your time starts now.
All right, thank you very much. I feel Harry Maguire isn't worth the price he went for, and Leicester City just showed him using what we call a marketing strategy. They saw that Manchester United are actually desperate to have a defender. Two managers has come to Manchester United, and they've vowed that they want this player. Leicester City have seen that these guys are desperate, they really want it, and they've been coming for him. They just use a marketing strategy for them to sell this guy. This guy doesn't deserve the money he's going for. And they bought him for $70 million from All City, and they're selling him for $80 million. They're gaining something of $69 million. That is so clearly that this guy, Leicester City just use what they call marketing strategy for them. They saw that Manchester United were actually very, very desperate. So they sold this for them. They sold it like a black market. The guy is not actually what the money is going for. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's left us some 10 seconds at the very least. Gentlemen, this is where you go head to head and argue out these points, fleshing it out as the case may be. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Let's see how this is going to develop. Once again, we have the tweet embedded on our Twitter handle. That's the live stream of it. You cannot miss it. You can watch Segun and Dammi debate whether or not Harry Maguire is worth 80 million pounds. It is there now, and let us know what you think. On Facebook, you can also join the conversation. You can tell us if you agree with either people by voting for either one of them. It's Nigeria Info 993, and you will see their faces, and you can choose who you would rather vote for. There is much to come, and let's see how it goes. Gentlemen, 5 minutes. That's the time you have, after which you will have a minute each to take your points home. Tell us why you think Harry Maguire is or isn't worth 80 million pounds. Your 5 minutes start now.
Okay, Dammi, can I ask you this question? Who determines the worth of a player? The buying and selling club, or you and I, the football fans?
The selling club determines the value of a player.
So who is the selling club here?
Leicester City.
So who determines the worth of a player?
Let me tell you, the value of a player is actually, especially a defender, you check his last record or his last record for that team.
Talking about records, right? In the last 3 years, Harry Maguire has contributed directly to goals, 13 goals, 7 goals.
Last game. A player is as good as his last season.
So let's talk about his quality, right? Let's talk about his quality.
A player of the same age of Harry Maguire, which is Michael Keane, playing for Everton. If you check the statistics, they are both 26 years old and they are both England international. Tackles, Michael Keane had 41 tackles, Maguire had 31 tackles. Interception, he had 43, Maguire had 37. Headed clearance, Keane had 115 head clearance, while Maguire had 72 head clearance. For a defender, your primary job is to defend the team. How can you be having 72 headed clearance?
Okay, so Dammi, so
Michael Keane's
valuation, Keane's
for 30 million pounds.
Yes,
and this guy is showing that he's better than Harry Maguire.
So I am happy that you have answered my question. That the selling club determine the worth of the player. The
and
player you're talking about,
a player is as good as his last game and his last.
No.
Yes.
Hold on. That is not what you consider.
Hold on.
How much? Harry Maguire is being valued
if
on the
want to buy Salah back from Liverpool, they will spend over
his nationality also determines his valuation.
Unlike when Liverpool bought Salah from Roma.
No, see what you're missing is
this. A player is as good as his last season for that club.
No, that's not what you consider to get the worth of a player.
Exactly,
You
that's
consider
what you
his
consider
prospective,
now. That's
his
what you
prospective
consider.
values. You consider his resale values, his age, the binding
I just
contract,
gave you a
the quality
good
of the player. Okay,
example
so let me give you a
of
good
Michael
example.
Keane, which is 26
Gerard
years old,
Piqué
and
Koulibaly, Gerard Piqué, Koulibaly, Virgil van Dijk. These players do not have more
Gentlemen, would like
interceptions.
to hear you.
These players do not have more interception than Harry Maguire. And guess what? Harry Maguire is amassing all of these qualities in Leicester City. Not compared to the Real Madrid. And
how old is Gerard Piqué?
Gerard Piqué, we are talking about the quality right now.
How old is Gerard Piqué?
If you are comparing the quality of the player. Now,
was the quality
of the team you play also determine your statistics. I hope you agree. Harry Maguire in Leicester City is achieving great feats. Now,
at 26, he has won the Champions League with Barcelona.
That is not what we're talking about now. The value of the worth of the player. You have agreed with me. The worth of the player is from the selling club, not from you and I. You cannot determine the worth of the player.
English players are usually overhyped.
Now,
they don't go for the risk price they are saying.
So now, what is the worth of Harry Maguire?
How much did Liverpool sign Joey Matip?
You can tell me.
How much did Liverpool sign Robertson? They bought Robertson for £70 million.
Yes, and
for £70 million.
And the selling club, that is the value they place on it. If you don't want to buy it, you leave. Manchester United prioritize Harry Maguire. Now, if how much the two finance coaches in the history of football, Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola endorsed Harry Maguire's value. They did not compel Manchester United to buy him. It is a give or take. This is the amount we have placed on our player. It's either you take it and leave. No, they didn't compel. No, they didn't compel Manchester United to buy. Manchester United need the player, and they have not even had a combative player as in the likes of Harry Maguire. And they are saying, you know what? We are going to trust this player. His quality. If Pep Guardiola says he's good enough, that means he's good enough. If Jose Mourinho says he's good enough, that means he's good enough. Now, talking about statistics, he has directly contributed to 13 goals. Only Sergio Ramos amongst all the top defenders in the world has better stats.
No, he has a better statistics than Harry Maguire.
Mustafi, no. See, hold on. There's a difference playing for Arsenal and Leicester City. You don't expect the feats you achieve. He's playing against lesser quality players as opposed to top 6 teams.
All right, gentlemen, we'd like to hear you.
So it's as if Man United are actually paying 80 million.
Did they force Manchester United to buy? It's either you buy or you leave. They have placed the value. They all the aces here. They said this player we are not selling. But if you are insisting,
like I said,
Dammi, if this my shirt is worth 1,000 naira, if you are coming to come buy it from me, if I say it is 10,000 naira, it's either you buy it or you leave. They did not compel Manchester United to buy this player.
It's because they are desperate. Like I said,
so and that is business.
When the buying team is desperate.
That is business.
The price.
If I say that I am desperate to buy my 1,000 naira shirt, I will say it is 10,000 naira, and that is the worth. I determine the worth of my goods, not you.
That is
the worth. The seller determines the worth. You are not the one. When you are going to your market, you determine the price of the meat. It is the seller of the meat that will determine it, not you. It's either you buy or you leave.
And they lost against Manchester United.
All right. That was pretty robust. Thank you very much for that heated debate. We appreciate it. Once again, you can vote for either of these gentlemen. Segun it was who started the conversation and said Harry Maguire is worth every penny of the £80 million placed on him, or that he went for. Dammi countered saying, nope, he's not worth it. So you can begin to make up your mind now. If you haven't made up your mind, we'll give them a minute each to round off their closing comments and tell us why they believe strongly that their positions are the correct ones. So Segun has 1 minute to let us know, yet again, take this thing home, why you feel that Harry Maguire is worth £80 million. Before that, follow the live stream on Facebook. It's Nigeria Info 993. Please vote. It's up and running. You can see their names there. Click on either of those names on the live stream, and that's the person you vote for. Drop your comments. We'll come to them shortly. Also on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. Choose either of these two men. Segun, who says Harry Maguire is not worth 80 million, and Segun, pardon me, who says Harry Maguire is worth 80 million, and Dammi, who says he is not. Again, when you vote, do not vote on your opinion, on your personal opinion. Vote based on the argument, the performance, who impressed you. even if you don't agree with their points, did they impress you? Even if you don't agree with their position, were they good enough? Where would you listen to that person? That's how we do. So for 1 minute, Segun, finish up your argument as to why you think Harry Maguire is worth £80 million. Your time starts now.
Many thanks, Femi. The worth of a player is determined by the selling club and the buying club. Now, Manchester United, which is the buying club, has channeled all their need and their trust in this player. They have considered the money on table and they have said, this is the player that we want. The last time Manchester United had a player in the ranks of Harry Maguire was in the days of Vidic and Rio Ferdinand. And remember, Manchester United can relate with this story. 17 years ago, 2002, Manchester United broke the British record for a centre-back. And today, if you want to write the history of the Premier League, you would not exclude Rio Ferdinand. So they know what they're doing and they're breaking the transfer record again. The quality that he brings on the table, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has identified that quality. He's a ball-playing defender and he has a way of picking the ball from the base of the defense, attacking, his area priorities is top-notch. So all of this, Manchester United have said, yes, we want this player. They are not mourning about the amount. They are saying it's worth it, and this is the actual amount, the actual price, is that a worth of the player, not my opinion, not Dammi's opinion.
Thank you very much. Dammi, you have 1 minute to counter him and convince us all that Harry Maguire is not worth £80 million. It starts now.
To be sincere, this guy is above average, and he got this deal. He got this deal because he has potential. He got this deal because he's overhyped. We've seen other players that have moved from other teams. We've seen other players that had a better last season than this guy, and they moved to their team, and they moved to the current team they are playing for a cheap money. Example is Joel Matip. How much did Liverpool bought Joel Matip? They bought him for a little money, and this guy has won them the Champions League. How much did Liverpool bought Robertson? They bought him for a little money, and he has won them the Champions League. The fee paid for a player does not determine the quality. If it's that so, then Nathan Ake, Shane Duffy, and other defenders who were very good last season, even Michael Keane, who has one of the best record over Maguire. It means if they want to sign him next season, they will sign him over $100 million. But these players, they signed them to their club for a little money. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And we go to the scorecards. This is where you vote. Once again, vote on social media, on Facebook, Nigeria Info 993. You see the live stream there. Vote for either Segun or Dammi. Segun said he's not worth it. Why do I keep doing this? Segun says it's worth it.
It's worth it. Dammi said he's not worth it.
Dammi said he's not worth the 80 million. So Segun says it's worth it. Dammi says it's not worth it. Okay. Also on Twitter, you can vote for either men. The tweet where you can vote is pinned to the top of our profile on Twitter. Good. So let's start first with our phone vote. We will come back to social media later. As a matter of fact, we're going to try something starting this third round. We'll go to the phone lines. We'll come to the panel before we go to social media. All right. So let's go, Buchi. Hi there. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, please. How are you doing? You had Segun. You had Dammi. Who impressed you the most? I didn't get that. Segun. Segun has your vote. You want to give us any reason? All right.
Give a reason.
He declined. Well, again, all right.
Hello?
Hi there.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yeah. Segun have my support.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are well within your right to tell us why, but it's not compulsory.
Yeah, I love his argument. It's based on reasons.
Okay,
Yeah,
reasons again.
to have my vote.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Hi there. Good evening to you. Hello.
Yeah, I'm on to Nigerian Info.
Yes, you are on.
Okay, yes, the debate. Well, I would say Maguire.
Let's know you. Let's know you.
Yeah, my name is Martin. I'm
Okay.
from Trulere.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I believe what is really worth 80. And I'm first time caller anyway.
You're a first time caller. We applaud you. Thank you very much for joining us. So it's your personal belief that Maguire is worth 80 million pounds.
80 million pounds.
All right.
And reason Maguire is not just a defender. Check the stats. I think only Van Dijk had better stats than Maguire.
All right. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We need to let you go. Okay. We like your opinion, but we needed voting, so we'll move on to the next vote.
Hello.
Hi there. Good evening to you.
Hello, please.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, so
I'm going for Segun.
why? You want to tell us?
I love his argument. That's why.
You love his argument. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us and for voting. We appreciate it. Which means Segun takes the call votes, and with it, the 20 marks available, constituting 20% of total available votes. Having done that, a quick reminder: voting is still ongoing on Twitter and Facebook. Our page on Facebook is Nigeria Info 993. Our Twitter handle is at Nigeria Info FM. Let's come to the panel. We'll come back to social media later on. Buchi, Sylvia, and Biola, you listen to the arguments through and through. It's time for you guys to vote. Who wants to go first?
Sylvia goes first. She wasn't here last week.
Sylvia, please vote.
Okay, first of all, I'll say well done to Dammi and Segun. I mean, every week he keeps improving. The quality of debates we listen to keeps improving. But certain things I'll say quickly. When the topic was read out, in my head, it was like it's a no-brainer. Normally, I would have gone with Dammi in terms of my personal opinion on the argument. But I have to tell you that when Segun started, especially with his introduction, laid out certain things, demand and supply, look at the potentials of the player. He managed to convince me at the end of the day that this guy is actually worth this amount of money, going by today's market and all that.
You think he was an economist, and he is indeed an architect, huh?
I mean, I don't know what he is, but I just feel like he managed to convince me. Going by, reminded me of certain things. This is why this guy was actually sold for this amount of money. But Dammi, on the other hand, I feel like you contradicted yourself at some point. There was a point when you made reference to Nathaniel Ake. But if you remember Nathaniel Ake, when it was rumored a couple of days ago that Leicester actually want to sign him, the price tag was actually placed at 75 million. So it seems like you're contradicting yourself. It's about the market demand and supply.
It was a wrong example to use.
Exactly, it was a wrong example to use. And, you also made reference to potential. You said the reason why he's being sold at this amount of money is because of his potential. Meaning you're actually backing up what Segun said at the end of the day. So I feel like, you should have done more of, coming up with points to back up your own argument. So your
vote goes to Segun?
Segun, yes.
So Segun takes Sylvia's vote. Biola, are you ready?
I really smiled when I heard the question because, in my opinion, Harry Maguire is not worth 80 million pounds. But the person who was arguing for that didn't quite convince me. I had a bunch of reasons at the top of my head, and I was waiting to hear those. But just like Sylvia said, Dammi contradicted himself a lot of times. He didn't maximize his first 1 minute. I didn't get any why. I kept hearing market strategy, but why? Why exactly is he not worth 80 million pounds? Thinking about it now, I heard Segun's points, and I'm beginning to think, okay, let me consider Maguire again. There's that. So I'm giving my vote to Segun. I think he was better than he was last week as well. But I'll just say, especially when you have 1 minute, Segun, you're not yet fighting. It's not yet counter. So relax. Don't shout into the mic. Just take it easy. What? Don't be like Buchi.
Wait, did he even shout? He did not shout now.
You shouted.
No. He's not shouting your dictionary.
Buchi is saying, so that's what you say.
Buchi is saying, let me show you what shouting is.
So when it's not time for counter, just give your points. You gave your points really well. But don't fight here. Fight when it's time for that one.
Shagu, you did not shout. You did not shout anything.
Anyway, Buchi don't shout.
He's not shouting my dictionary. You did not shout at all. Your voice was more.
Vote.
I love it. So you did not shout. Don't get discouraged. You did not shout. I think you have a good voice, so relax. For me, I think the argument was easy. Dammi made it so easy for Segun. I think Dammi, I noticed ABPA come because I think there are so many reasons why you can actually prove that Harry Maguire is not really worth that money. So many reasons if you actually do prefer. And also, telling that it's English players are, like you said, they're kind of overhyped, but it's their market, it's their league, so they dictate the pay. You didn't make points for me to like pick out, and I like the way Segun started. Pointing the fact that the selling cup get to like decide why they want to sell their player. They're not forcing you to buy. Also, he said, Man United did not, Leicester did not force United to come and fight with a player. Now United follow. I think I've been following like since how many years. They never forced them, and they brought money and they accepted the money. So it's not, nobody forced them. So he didn't make enough point. I like it when you make that point about the last. Actually, when United broke the record for Rio Ferdinand back then, it was actually good. But now but later he got okay. So it's crazy right there. But you made good points. Who mentioned Mustafi here? Who mentioned Mustafi? You mentioned Mustafi.
Now why is it sweat? Why is it sweat?
Buchi votes. We need to go.
For me, it's easy. I think it's very, very easy. I give it to Segun. I think Segun had a superior argument in every way. He made good points. Took us back and took us here. And Segun, you do not shout again.
Okay.
Next time, please raise your voice. I like it that way.
All right.
The more the shouts, the more the energy. It's called counter. You are arguing.
I was talking about the 1 minute he had, not doing counter.
1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes.
Let's go to social media.
I like it that way. It's nice.
Let's go to social media.
Thank you.
Quickly. So
I'm just hyping him.
Yep.
Okay.
So what do we have on social media?
We have a lot on social media.
The voting on Facebook is tight.
It's actually
about the tightest. It's almost 50-50. Yeah.
It's actually very, 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 very tight. Right there. But we have a lot of comments on Facebook, especially. At another celebrity we don't show. Let's calm down. Atanda also says Harry Maguire deserve it. Is your personal opinion. John Kute said Segun all the way. Tone Sung, I think this guy is your brother. I think both of you now they answered the same name. Wow, Segun is really good. He made me change my mind. It's your brother. I'm sure it's your brother. Ajiboye Ambru says Dammi carry on. English players are overhyped. Adebola says Segun is on point. Engineer Kende says Dammi, I vote for Harry Maguire. Odili Michael says Segun all the way. Ezekiel Udo says Segun all the way. Kiel Watson says Segun all the way. Emeka King says I totally agree with Segun. If we don't have to go ahead, I think it's Segun all the way.
Yeah.
Taking the vote right now on Facebook, it's actually very, very close. But Segun gets it, 52% of the vote. While Dammi comes second on 48% of the vote. Just small tankily. But Segun gets it on Facebook.
So let's quickly go to Twitter.
Sharp. Let me just take 1 or 2 comments. They don't even lead it, so they won't argue for there. Oluwasegun said, Chai, Shege bad guy. His closing remark na soccer puncher. Ojo Sheyi said, the transfer window 10 votes. Eniola says, yes. Bolaji Ibrahim says, Dammi, good talk. Please, guys, what is it? Okay, sorry. Young Steve says, Harry Maguire is what? These people are telling us their personal opinion. Mosi says,
no, they are welcome. Let them say.
Let them vote, Femi. Let them vote. It's election we are doing. Moses Johnson says, Segun introduction was good, but Dammi had superior arguments. Chidi Bank says, I think it's not worth it, but Segun was able to convince me, so I'm voting for Segun. Omotere Damitayo says Dammi should have killed this argument when Segun said if my shirt is worth 1k, I would choose to sell it 10k. You have to pay up. Sales value is different from what I vote for Dammi. They are telling you what to do, but time have go already. Paul says, good evening, Femi and the gang. My vote go for Dammi. Buchi is not arguing. Buchi is just talking. The vote right here, Dammi gets Facebook on Twitter. After 219 votes, Dammi gets 60% of the votes, while Segun gets 40% of the votes.
All right, which settles it. Dammi will take Twitter, but that's all there is. Segun will shave Facebook, but will overwhelmingly take the panel and of course the phone calls. So it's settled at this point. Congratulations to you, Segun. You will pick your next. Did I hear you heave a sigh? That's where you get to know where you perform. I mean, where you get.
Or is this relief?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's relief or like, this part to know where I will be next. They say, what did you pick?
Friday, 23rd of August.
Friday, 23rd of August. That's your next battle. That's essentially next Friday, not this one. What number is on it?
Number 2.
Number 2. So this is Segun. All right. So you'll go up against whoever. That's yours to keep. You go up against whoever is number 3.
Okay.
On that day. All right. So congratulations, you progress.
Many thanks.
Yeah. Dammi, good job. Wasn't quite enough on this occasion, but it's not over yet. Okay, there's a second battle to come.
Second battle today.
Yes, there's a second battle to come, after which we'll make our determination. Don't go anywhere. Gentlemen, maintain your positions. We'll take this quick break, and when we come back, it will be time for the second battle of the night. Whoever loses that battle, a decision will be made to send either that person or Dammi packing. We await that. Stick around. We'll be back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.